One of the best ways to start generating more sales on eBay is learning how to write the correct titles for eBay. And by doing this, you're able to rank your listings higher in search. You're able to help get your items seen by the majority of people who are looking for your items. And not just writing any old title, eBay gives us the details on how to structure our titles so they not only get a chance to be seen by the people who are looking for those particular items, but to rank ahead of other people that might be writing the incorrect titles. So in this video, we're going to be going over how exactly can we write the titles for our listings that eBay suggests us to write. So we're going to jump right into the computer here, and we're going to be going over on how exactly not to write titles and how to write the correct title to start generating more sales for your eBay business. So let's bring in a listing here where I just brought up a few random ones to where I thought that the titles could be reworked to help these people sell their items. So this is just a classic Ralph Lauren button-up shirt. Nothing special here, right? But you're seeing here that the title is a little bit funky, right? So eBay says to write their titles like this when you're listing clothing, shoes, menswear, women's wear, purses, whatever it may be in the clothing category, to start with the brand first, and then to start secondly with the item. Next would be gender, and after that would be size. After those broad terms, you're then able to now narrow it down by applying the correct keyword that describes your item. So when we are looking for buyers to find our items, we want to make sure we start out very broad. And very broad may be boring. It may be boring for some people to write, Abercrombie shirt, men's size large. But by doing this, you're able to really get that broad audience. The majority of people who search for items on eBay are writing Nike shirt, Adidas jacket, Ralph Lauren jeans. So there's nothing really fancy about that, right? But we really want to stick to those basics because we're looking to reach the broad audience. We want to go for the biggest audience possible so we can have our listings found in search. So I picked these listings in particular because I believe there are a few things that they could be doing to help their items get ranked higher in search. So you're seeing they're starting right off the bat with the brand. Ralph Lauren, classic, Oxford, blue, plaid, long sleeve, and you're finding the item is a shirt, but it is not the second keyword like it needs to be. It is fifth, sixth, seventh keyword after classic, Oxford, blue, plaid, long sleeve. So you're looking for the broad audience, right? But you're seeing here that very rarely are people going to type in Ralph Lauren classic Oxford blue plaid long sleeve shirt. They're most likely going to be typing in Ralph Lauren shirt, right? So we're aiming for that people, for those audience members that are looking for a Ralph Lauren shirt. So just by simply changing it from Ralph Lauren classic Oxford blue plaid long sleeve shirt, you're changing it to Ralph Lauren shirt, and then you're going to go with the gender. It is men's. We're looking for Ralph Lauren shirt, men's size 2XLT. And then you're able to put in the keywords of classic fit, Oxford, this is plaid, long sleeve, button up. Doing it in that order is going to rank your listing higher in search, enabling you to have a better chance to convert that sale. It is very important that we understand the tools and the information and the principles that eBay is giving us on how to structure our titles. If you are figuring that you're not getting the sales that you are wanting and seeing that your store has filled with all these listings, it could be that your titles were written incorrectly. I've said this before that even if you misspell one word, no matter how good your price is, no matter how good your pictures are, if you misspell the word Nike, your item will never be found under Nike. So, just being sure that you're writing the correct titles is a great way to start going back through all of your listings and start rearranging them to how eBay and how the end buyer is searching for your item. So, we'll go to another one here. These are some Big Star jeans. So, Big Star is the brand. What is the item? They are jeans. So, Big Star jeans. What is the gender? Women's. So Big Star jeans, women's, and then you go with the size. So you could see that the title here could be reworked a little bit better to be targeting the broad audience searching for Big Star jeans. And I want to go over some of the listings that I have on how I write my titles. Very generic. The first 4 to 5 words of your title should all be pretty much the same. They should be all starting with the brand. This is a vintage Ralph Lauren jacket. If the item is vintage, I always put the word vintage first because I'm thinking of my end buyer. My end buyer is most likely typing the word vintage first when they're looking for a vintage item. They would less likely be putting vintage last. So I put vintage first. It is the brand Ralph Lauren. The item is a jacket. The gender is a men's and the size is a small. And then it is followed with the appropriate keywords. We do not want to be putting in the keywords just for fun of it, like pickle, banana, fuzzy, if they're not related to your item, right? A lot of people just try to fill all the keywords up, but they're not related to your item, and that's actually going to hurt your listing when someone is searching for that item. So make sure that you're using the correct keywords to describe your item. So a bomber jacket, it is cotton and it is lined. So using the correct keywords after you're done with your main structure of your title is going to help find that end buyer that's looking for that specific jacket. Like they're looking for a bomber jacket that's cotton, right? Or they're looking for one that's collared. They're looking for a certain color or a plaid or a line jacket. So that's just going to come with time, with you mastering the items that you're selling and learning more keywords. So we're going to go into these jeans. These are vintage Ralph Lauren jeans. They are men's 3130. And then after that is where I can play around with the keywords. And depending on how good I am at my keyword research, then I'm able to describe this item as accurate as possible. So doing that quick switch for your business is going to be huge. Just by changing your title structure to how eBay wants it and to how your end buyer is looking for your item, you will start generating sales right now. You need to start re-looking at a lot of your listings and going through them and maybe making some few tweaks. I highly suggest that. If you're wanting more help and maybe just a little bit of direction and accountability with your eBay business, you could check out the link in the description below where I offer eBay coaching. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I work with you via Zoom to help you put a system in place that helped me reach over $100,000 in sales within my first year on eBay. I offer a store review and a reseller spreadsheet included in that, and I just help guide you along the process. Starting an eBay business is a very daunting task, and you can get started on the wrong foot that can end up crippling your business in the long run. So I just help beginner eBay resellers, or maybe you don't even have a store yet. I'd love to help you out and guide you along that process, which is my true passion for being on YouTube. Because, hey, I was there once before, and I wish that I had that person to really help guide me along the starting process to help putting these listings together and end up selling and building a business for years to come. So I also want to share with you some of the sales. We are at $6,000 in sales for the week. We've been ranging between $6,000 and $7,000 and $8,000 a week for the last couple months. If you don't know, we bought storage units back in June. I'll link a playlist right here where you could check out that video where it goes more in detail on how I found those storage units. But by buying that bulk lot, we were able to grow our sales substantially and continue to do so by looking for bulk buys and looking for kind of out of the box ways of sourcing to find better items that can be put into our store. So Praise the Lord. We are at 6,000 in sales this week. We're at 175 sold with a $35 average sale price. And I want to be very, very transparent with everybody here is that it doesn't matter your sales amount, right? It matters what you're taking home. So after fees, after taxes, after selling costs, you're left with a $3,900 in net sales for the week. That's pre-tax and pre-cost of goods. So you're going to have to account for that when you take that out. And I'm going to be sharing with you right now our financial statement right here for all of October. We did $26,000 in sales for the month last month. We had $89 in disputes or claims. We had $1,300 in refunds. I paid $5,500 in shipping labels. Other fees would be $1,700, and then you're looking at payouts around $15,000 in net payouts into my bank account, pre-tax and pre-adjusted for cost of goods. So our cost of goods, we sell about 7 to 850 items per month for the last few months. My cost of goods for the year is $1.75. I take my yearly cost of goods and I times it by the amount of items we sell each month. And that is where I come out with how much of cost of goods are we spending each month. So that's going to be ranging between $1,200 and $1,600 a month in cost of goods that we're spending to generate about $15,000 net. So the importance of finding quality items and items with high sell-through rates is key here. But let me tell you this, that eBay has such a beautiful opportunity right now to go spend $1 at the Goodwill bins or a thrift store or a garage sale and turning that $1 into 20. We are in a great time to get started on eBay, and this has been life-changing for my family and I also want to take what I've learned on eBay and help others succeed with their eBay business. And if you want to know what else is selling in our eBay store and you're curious to what we're selling, mainly a pre-owned men's and women's clothing seller, you could check out this video here where it goes more in detail on what we're selling on a daily basis inside our store. Take care.